What I did to survive, people ask me sometimes, how did you survive? They expect some story of courage, of cleverness or luck or divine intervention. The truth, I survived by becoming something I'm ashamed of, by doing things I can never take back. This is what those 100 days actually looked like, and I need you to understand there was nothing heroic about it. Day 3. Leaving the marsh. By the third day, I couldn't stay in the marsh. The militias kept coming back, bringing more bodies. I'd hear them at dawn, dragging people down to the water's edge, the sounds they made. I knew they'd search the marsh thoroughly eventually, so when night came, I moved, crawling on my hands and knees through the darkness. Every sound was death, a dog barking somewhere, voices carried on the wind, a branch cracking under my weight. I passed a roadblock maybe 100 meters away. Even in the dark, I could see them, bodies lined up on the roadside, soldiers checking IDs by flashlight. I watched a woman beg, heard her voice carry across the empty field, heard exactly when she stopped. I kept crawling. I didn't help her. I didn't even think about helping her. I kept moving. Day 7. The church. On the 7th day, I found a church. I'd been hearing rumors that thousands of Tutsis were hiding in churches, that surely they wouldn't attack God's house. I watched from the trees for an hour before approaching. The church was packed, families pressed together, children silent in that unnatural way, too scared to even cry. I slipped in through a side door. An old woman saw me and moved over. Didn't ask my name, didn't ask where I'd come from, just made space. For 2 days, it felt almost safe. We whispered prayers, shared scraps of food, held each other when the fear got too heavy. A man near me kept saying, "The UN will come, they have to, the world is watching." We all wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe him so badly. On the 9th day, I woke to grenades. Day 9. What I did in that church. The militias surrounded the church at dawn. Grenades came through the windows first, the sound. In that enclosed space, it was like the world ending. People screamed, tried to run, but the doors were blocked. Fire started at the entrance. Then men with machetes came through the smoke. I was near the back wall. Bodies started falling around me. A young woman I'd shared bread with the night before. An old man who'd been praying constantly. A child. God, a child who couldn't have been more than 6. And in that moment, something in my head just broke. Not dramatically, just a quiet snap. I lay down among them, the dead and the dying. I pulled bodies over myself, felt their weight, their warmth fading, blood soaking through my clothes. The killing went on for hours. I could hear them walking through the church, checking, finishing anyone who was still moving. A boot stepped directly on my leg, pressed down hard. I didn't breathe, didn't move, didn't even blink. "This one's done," a voice said above me. The boot moved on. I lay there until long after the church went silent. Hours, then more hours. Because, honestly, I wasn't sure I wanted to get up anymore. Day 15. Becoming something else. The next week was a blur. Abandoned houses. Forest so dense I couldn't see the sky. A pit latrine where I crouched in filth for an entire day while they searched the compound above me. I learned the rules. Never sleep in the same place twice. Never move during daylight. Never, ever trust anyone. I ate things I can't even think about now. Fruit so rotten it burned my throat. Raw cassava that made me double over with cramps. I drank from puddles, from streams that had things floating in them. My body was shutting down. I lost so much weight my ribs stuck out like a starving dog. My feet were infected, swollen, turning black, but I kept moving. Because stopping meant death. And for some reason I still don't understand. I wasn't ready to die. Day 30. The thing I can't forgive myself for. A month in, I found other survivors. 6 people hiding in a banana plantation. For a few days I felt human again, having others around, speaking in whispers, sharing whatever scraps we found. Then one night they found us. We scattered. I ran with 2 others, a teenage boy named Claude and an older woman, Immaculée. We hid in a drainage ditch, lying in muddy water. The militias were close. I could hear them talking. Casual, almost bored. Check over there. Anything in the ditch? Hold on, let me look. That's when Claude started to panic. I could feel it next to me in the darkness. His breathing getting faster, louder. Immaculée whispered, "Claude, please, quiet, please." But he was hyperventilating now. A flashlight beam swept across the field, 20 meters away, coming closer. I looked at Immaculée. She looked at me. Neither of us spoke, but we both knew. I reached over, put my hand over Claude's mouth and nose. His eyes went wide. He grabbed at my arm, scratching, fighting. The beam came closer. Voices right above us. Claude's struggles got weaker, then stopped. The militiamen moved past. When they were gone, I slowly pulled my hand away. Claude's head fell to the side. Immaculée said nothing. I said nothing. We crawled out and kept moving. I killed that boy. To save myself. To save Immaculée. I don't know anymore. I've never told anyone this. Not the counselors they sent after, not the priests at the reconciliation meetings. No one. Until now. Day 100. When it ended. July 4th, 1994. I didn't know it was over at first. I heard gunfire, but different. Real military weapons. I stayed hidden. Then a voice calling out. "If anyone is alive, come out. The RPF is here. It's over." I didn't move for another day. I'd been tricked before. When I finally came out of the forest, an RPF soldier stared at me. I must have looked like death itself. Skeletal, covered in mud and dried blood, barely able to stand. He helped me into a truck without a word. At the camp, thousands of survivors gathered. I searched every face, looking for Claire, for my children, for anyone I knew. I found no one. Where I am now. I'm 64 years old now. I live in Kigali, in a small house not far from where it all happened. I never remarried. I work odd jobs, keep to myself mostly. Once a year, there's a meeting. Reconciliation, they call it. Survivors and them in the same room. Last year, I sat across from Augustin. He talked about forgiveness, about how everyone was caught up in madness, about moving forward. I said nothing. I just sat there, looking at the man who pointed at my house, whose children played with mine. After the meeting, we walked out the same door. He nodded at me, a small nod. I nodded back, because what else is there? People think survival is the hard part. It's not. Survival is just continuing to breathe. The hard part? The hard part is living with what you did to survive. That's what no one tells you. That's the part that never ends.